This House has no confidence in the government because it cannot manage the economy properly, has no plan to tackle the cost of living crisis, and New Zealand is going backwards. We actually have Treasury, page 1 of the executive summary of the budget, saying interest rates are going to remain higher for longer. And just think about the pain and suffering that causes for Kiwis who have a mortgage. Every single one of them doing it tougher, harder, for longer. And not a single cent of tax relief going to hard-working Kiwis. Not nothing. Shame. Food prices up 28%. And the Prime Minister talks about bread and butter a lot, but bread is actually up 39% under Labour. So what we see in this budget is no ideas. No ideas to drag New Zealand out of the economic hole. No ideas to tackle the underlying causes of inflation. And there are no ideas in here to stop single young people shooting off overseas and joining the 25,000 other Kiwi citizens that have booked one-way tickets to Sydney or Melbourne or London. Prime Minister, your job is to fight to keep Kiwis here at home and to create a country that can deliver a better future for them here at home. This is Grant Robertson's 6th budget, but I sincerely hope, and for the sake of all New Zealanders, it has to be his last budget. Because he is totally, utterly, completely addicted to spending. The New Zealand people cannot afford another 3 years of this Labour government. The books show us that there is more economic pain on the way, and that is thanks to this government with no economic plan. Inflation is high, and the government's spending is going to make it worse. Interest rates, by their own admission, are going to be there for longer and stay higher for longer because of Grant Robertson and Chris Hipkins' reckless addiction to spending. And that will smash every single Kiwi with a mortgage up and down this country, and they're going to feel that pain. New Zealand got flooded with money, it popped asset prices, and it embedded domestic inflation. And that high inflation now means that we have to deal with high interest rates. This budget needed to deliver a plan for New Zealanders to grow the economy, and it didn't. This budget needed to deliver a plan to deal with the underlying drivers of inflation and not just more band-aids, but it didn't. And all we get is Labour's plans to spend billions of dollars more in an inflationary bonfire. So let me be clear, Labour has blown the budget, they have blown the books, and we are going to be suffering with more pain. This week, our Prime Minister couldn't front up and actually explain how much his government is spending. Didn't know, and frankly didn't think it was probably that important. And I reckon all of that is just massive disrespect to taxpayers. Massively disrespectful. So let's be clear, they have blown the budget. Grant Robertson spent billions of dollars. He's blown out the books. We've got massive deficits. We've got years of deficits ahead of us based off this. He's blown out the credit card, and debt is spiralling up to $95 billion. Let's talk about tax, because it is incredible that under Labour, it's always a time to spend up. But it's never a time for tax relief for the good, hard-working people of New Zealand. They're happy inflation-adjusting benefits. They're happy inflation-adjusting the minimum wage. They're happy inflation-adjusting superannuation payments and departmental budgets. But they refuse to inflation-adjust tax thresholds for hard-working Kiwis getting up and going to work each day. And I want you to be under no illusions, because if they get back in later this year, they are going to hit Kiwis with more taxes. You won't hear Chris Hipkins rule out a capital gains tax, will you? You won't hear him rule out a wealth tax. He's still got David working away on it. You won't hear him ruling out an inheritance tax. But I want New Zealanders to be under no illusion. It's coming. It's coming. If they get back in, they're going there. Rest assured, they have to go there because they've got such an addiction to spending. They've got so many deficits and so much more debt to pay off. So I want to say to all Kiwis, if you've got a farm, watch out. If you've got a KiwiSaver account, watch out. I want to say to you, if you're doing the right thing, trying to build up a nest egg for the future, watch out, because they're coming for you. They are coming for you, no doubt about it. Here we are in a developed country, and 53% of our kids do not go to school regularly. We have 100,000 chronically absent from school. We had half of our 15-year-olds fail the most basic maths, reading and writing tests that they need to succeed in the world. And now we have New Zealand out of the top 10 countries in the developed world on maths, reading and science. And I think that's just shocking. Child immunisation rates have fallen off a cliff. Surgery waiting times, they're at record highs. Cancer treatment delays are at record highs. Specialist waiting times are at record highs. And we've got ED waiting times at record highs. But every single health performance measure in this country has gone backwards. It is utterly, utterly unacceptable. What is obvious from this budget is this is a government that's run out of ideas, it's run out of energy, and you've only got to look at the ministers opposite to us to see that they're dead inside. Under a national government, we're going to celebrate success, not tax it. We're not going to tax it, we're going to celebrate it. If you're prepared to work hard in the best country on earth, you can get ahead and you can do well for you and your family. We have a common sense plan to do that. National, Mr Speaker, is going to fix the economy so that we can deliver better health and education and we can restore law and order. Mr Speaker, National is going to get New Zealand back on track.